Hey, it's Brian, the blue-eyed driver. I have a crazy, funny RIdeshare Uber Lyft story for you. And I call this story, I'll pistol whip that Madafaka. Sorry about the title. That's an actual quote by my customer. A lot of my videos, some of them are a little politically incorrect and maybe a few cuss words, but I only tell them because they actually happened and they're true, and I can't make this stuff up. So anyways, I was driving for Uber, and I picked up a client in a very sketchy ghetto neighborhood. I get there and I call, and a lady comes to the car, gets in the car. Nice lady, African-American lady, very sweet, very nice. And I said, is it just you or someone else? She goes, oh no, there's one more person. I need to call him. So she calls her boyfriend, and we're waiting like 5, 7, 8 minutes. So he finally shows up, and at first glance I literally thought it was Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. Looked exactly like him, but it wasn't. So guy comes out, and he's wearing an all-white linen suit and an orange beanie on top of his head. So I was like, yeah, right. So the lady's in the back, the guy gets in the front, and so he starts making conversation with me, and he says, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. So he started bragging to me how he's gonna take his woman out for a nice meal, and he says, I'm gonna take my woman out for a nice meal, and then we're gonna have sex. I'm like, okay, thanks for oversharing. The lady was completely embarrassed. She was like sunk into her seat, and she was like, oh my God. And so then he turns to me and he's all, is that what you do for your woman? I said, yep, I sure do. You know me. And he's all, damn, you a freaky white boy. I said, yeah, I am. So he starts asking about what's it like to drive for Uber. And he goes, yeah, I was thinking about driving for Uber once I get my license back. I'm like, okay, you have to have a license and a clean driving record and no criminal record. And I emphasize no criminal record. So he goes, you ever have a problem with your customers? I said, on occasion, I've had to kick a few out. He's all, what you do? I said, I pulled the car over and I said, I can't take you anymore, and I end the ride. He goes, that's not what I'd do. I said, oh boy, here we go. I said, what would you do? He goes, I take my Glock 9, I put it on the dash, and if I got any problems, I'll pistol whip that motherfucker. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, oh really? He goes, yep. He's all, I'll pistol whip that motherfucker and I'll still get paid. And so I was trying not to laugh. I said, yeah, you can't carry weapons when you drive for Uber. And he goes, I will. So I quickly changed the conversation, and I took him to this really jinky, chintzy looking like buffet place, and he went and opened the door for his woman. And I said, you two have a wonderful night. He goes, thanks, you too. So that's my crazy story. So anyways, I have lots of stories to tell, so stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a driver, click on the links below. If you want some free rides, click on the links below. And I'll also be doing videos on how to maximize your profits and tips with Uber, so stay tuned. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.